What is up, guys? We're back with another top 10 Ultra Rumble discussion video, and today I wanted to highlight some of the most wanted costumes players want in the game, myself included, and hopefully one day we can get our hands on some of these in the actual game. As always, make sure to share your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to catch new Ultra Rumble videos every week. And with all that said, let's jump into it. Alright, so there are three main things that keep players invested in Ultra Rumble. The pipeline of new characters and skill sets that release with every new season, the gameplay loop of having different experiences every match, and of course, getting your favorite costumes for your favorite characters. And today, I wanted to do a quick video focusing on some of the costumes players have been the most vocal about wanting in the game. A couple of quick honorable mentions for Unmasked Mr. Compress, and something I really hope they consider one day, and that's giving all of the villains prison jumpsuits from Tartarus. As of right now, the only character who has one is All For One, but fingers crossed that someone working on the costumes for the game actually thinks to do this one day, because it could be a cool and fitting theme for all the villains, and it also puts me in the mind of the Guardians of the Galaxy for some reason. But moving on to number 10, and don't overthink the numbering for any of these, it's mostly just the order in which I thought of them, but at number 10 I have the UA tracksuits, primarily because they already started to give some of the UA students these outfits. We finally got Shoto's just this season, which leaves us with 10 students who are still waiting to get theirs. They also need to re-release the starter pack or add Deku and Ochakus to the revival shop so that players can actually get access to those. At number 9, I have Tokoyami with his signature cloak, and it was odd to see him release without it since it's been his default look for most of the series, and they literally already have it made in the All Justice games, but hopefully they do plan to release it at some point, and since he is up for a new banner next season, it's very likely that we could see him get a new costume very soon. So there's definitely a chance to see this get added for him, or maybe even his UA tracksuit. At number 8, I have Momo with her majestic red cape that she wore during the joint training arc of the anime. I'm sure there are plenty of costumes Momo mains would love to see added for her, but if I had to guess, this one is pretty high on the list. Thankfully, there's already a mod for her for Steam players to enjoy, but I would imagine that this has to be in the plans for a future release at some point, maybe even when she finally gets a new quirk skill set one day. At number 7, I have Toga's costume from when she has twice his quirk. I know Toga mains want her to get this along with a new skill set or variant that upgrades her and lets her unleash a wave of clones, but I think simply giving her this costume would still be pretty well received, even if it drops with no gameplay changes for her. Looking at it kind of puts me in the mind of the symbiote suit from Spider-Man a bit, but you can't deny it would be cool to see her running around with this look in the game. Coming in at number 6, I have Hulk's battle damage costume from his fight with Twice and Dabi, which fits with the theme for hero costumes in the game, and I think that this would be a great way to help his costume stand out a bit from the rest, since it goes beyond just adding cuts and some grit marks to his default costume. There is currently a mod for this costume, but it's not battle damage, but still cool nonetheless, and again, hopefully something like this is somewhere in the pipeline of planned releases. Also, we need undefeatable costumes for the big 3, I'm just saying. Kicking off the top 5, I have a costume that I wanted to see added since they dropped Mirio into the game, and that's the outfit he wore when he took Eri to see the school festival. This is one of my favorite outfits for him, and I'm really hoping that it gets added one day, although I know right now it's a bit of a pipe dream, but if someone in our awesome modding community wants to deliver on this, I would be forever grateful. At number 4, I have Prime All Might's costume, and while I personally would prefer to see Prime All Might released as a variant someday, I would absolutely settle for simply getting a costume for default All Might in the game. This has always been one of his best costumes from the series, but since it is before he gets injured, I 100% understand anyone who feels it shouldn't be included for him here. But as a backup, I would 100% settle for them giving us his Silver Age costume instead, which is just as cool in my opinion. At number 3, I have Dabi's costume he wore during the final war, and Dabi fans know this is easily one of his best fits from the anime. This easily could have been number 1 on the list, but I'm pretty sure this will be in the game relatively soon, since he has a new variant already in the works. but I definitely had to include it on this list because us Dabi fans have been begging for this since season 7 of the anime. Coming in at number 2, I have the outfit Shigaraki wore after being awakened during the attack on Jaku Hospital. And this is one of bro's hardest fits, and that's saying a lot because bro has wore some tough fits throughout the series. This is another costume that modders have blessed us with on PC, but the devs gotta drop this one in the game at some point because it's just too peak. If you saw the thumbnail, then you pretty much already know what's coming in at number 1. The costumes we got for Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto in the World Heroes mission movie. Other than actual characters and skill sets based on movie characters, these costumes specifically are the most requested things you'll probably see for this game online. These are guaranteed moneymakers just waiting to be used, and I have no idea why they've been waiting to push go on something like this, but if I'm on the team, I'm bringing these up at every team meeting until we get them in the game. I'm definitely hoping to see movie content start to make its way into the game at some point, but releasing these costumes specifically would be a great place to start. And those are all the costumes that I had in mind as of making this video, but as I said, I know there are tons of costumes that players want to see added to the game, and now I want to hear from you guys. Which costumes do you think I forgot? And if you could fast track any costume into the game, which would it be? Let me know down below, and make sure to drop a like on today's video and subscribe to catch new videos every week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.